and we're back to savor the flavor. And with us today is Chef Larry Delgado from House Wine. We got more sauces to do.
That's right, 2 more sauces, and then we can put it all together. So we got water boiling for our pasta. We'll get started with our marsala reduction that's going to go over our saltimbocca, and then we'll make a quick pesto. So we'll light this back skillet up over here. Excellent. We'll add some chopped onions and some marsala wine. This is a dry marsala. You can get this at your liquor store or even your grocery store. A lot of times, or nowadays, your grocery stores have very extensive wine selections. And for this dish, a marsala would be best, a dry marsala would be best, or a Spanish Madera would also work. If you can't get your hands on either one of those, any wine reduction will do. So we'll get the marsala, we got some onions, a pinch of salt, a pinch of black pepper. We'll leave that alone and get started on our pesto.
Okay.
All right, so for our pesto, we're gonna use this food processor. You don't necessarily need one. If you have a blender at home, that'll work just fine. We'll start off with some softened butter. This has been sitting out for a little while, so we'll just throw that right in. Fresh basil. We'll shove this in there. We're gonna add a few cloves of garlic. A few large cloves will work. Go one more for good measure. You know how I like garlic.
Definitely.
Some walnuts.
Walnuts.
Just throw them in there. Walnuts. That's gonna be add another dimension, a nice nutty flavor. Some walnut almonds will go in there. So we'll add the lid to this, turn it on, and we're gonna drizzle our olive oil in as it goes.
Now, do you want this very fine?
No, not at all. You want to still see the leaves. You want to see the chunks of garlic. You'd like to have some texture to this.
Okay.
Don't want to pulverize it or puree it per se. You just want to get all the ingredients chopped and incorporated. And that's it.
Well, how much olive oil did we use on that?
We had about half a cup in there. We're gonna add cheese to finish this off. So if you're making it at home, you want to end up with something a little bit watery, and then the cheese will thicken it up.
There it is.
All right. What I like is, for a stronger flavor, buy a block of Parmesan and grind it up on a box grater. So we'll just add some of this slowly and start to fold it in here. I like a lot of cheese.
Yeah, that's what I saw, yeah.
So you'll see it starts to thicken up.
Now, how long do we have to wait on our sauce there?
The marsala is going to reduce down. We're really going to let it go until all the alcohol burns out and all that's left is the flavor of the wine. So for this amount, that's probably going to take about 10 minutes or so. All right, so we'll taste this. I think we'll add a little more salt.
Okay.
Small pinch of black pepper, and that's be ready to go. That's going to be nice.
Beautiful. Okay, so our pesto's done.
Pesto's ready. To finish the sauce, we're going to add some cream. So we'll get a skillet hot. Add some heavy cream in here. And reduce that down a little bit. All we're gonna do is cook it off, get it to a nice simmer, so it starts to thicken up a little bit. And remember, this has a lot of cheese in there that we added, so you don't wanna heat a pesto up directly on a skillet, because what happens is your cheese ends up sticking to the pan, you get an oily mess, and nobody likes an oily mess. So once this sauce starts to simmer up a little bit, we'll add about half of this, and that'll be that sauce.
Okay.
And we can move on to finishing our marsala. You see the cream starting to rise? We're just about ready there. We'll move that around a little bit with our whisk. Make sure that's not burning on the bottom. We'll add some pesto. Add about half of this. We're going to turn this off. I think that's going to be a perfect amount. All right, our marsala is just about where we want it. We'll move that to the back station there and get our marsala up front. And you'll see that most of that wine is
gone.
cooked off, and we're left with onions and a little bit of that, little bit of the wine on the bottom, a little salt and pepper. All right, if you'll hand me that butter and a fork, we'll get this one going. It's going to emulsify into this sauce, and basically all that means is what we want to do is take it and just let it melt slowly into this sauce so it becomes creamy.
All right. So how about while we let you finish up with, the last ingredient, which is butter, we go to a break.
Sounds great.
And you think when we come back, we'll be ready to...
We'll be ready to plate.
To eat?
That's right.
All right. So guys, don't go away. When we come back, we'll start with the tasting.